Yo, howdy how. Long time no see. I've done this streaming for ages. People who pre-ordered the course got to see a little bit when I did some behind the scenes business, but no, I haven't done this for a while, so nice to see you all again. Let's make some stuff. I'm going to try and blast out this new section on the Piccadilly site today. I've just snuck a little tweak where I now have a content picker that I use to pick this little intro reel here. And then what I'm going to do to add to that is add a quick tips section. So if you follow me on Twitter, every now and then I'll do like a little quick tip where I'll post like a really quick and easy thing. And what I'm going to do today is add a facility to add them here first, and then what I'll do is I'll share them via the Piccadilly Twitter account then. And instead of like linking out to a gist, which I normally do, I'll link out to the article on here instead. So I've got myself a little to-do list and everything in Notion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a template. I'm going to use pagination to do this. I have to remind myself how to do that. And then, even though I've just literally published a course on Eleventy, but there you go. And then what I'm going to do is, oh yeah, I need to do that as well. Maybe a quick tip. Then I'm going to try, if I've got time, I'm going to try and blast all this out in about an hour. I'm going to try and add this cool little trick where I'm going to do screenshot mode. In general, they've got like those fancy code samples on Carbon and people post them on Twitter. I'm going to try and add a little trick on here where I can quickly put it into screenshot mode and it'll highlight the code block and make it look a bit fancier. And that's about it. Let's go. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to try and use VS Code as well for fun. Again, give it another crack, but I'll probably end up back in Vim. I can already feel myself magnetizing towards it already. Hiya, Nasty Director 03. Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm going to actually remind myself. I just did this recently on. I don't know if you've heard of Christopher Schmidt. He very kindly gave me this poster here. Legend in our field. Unfortunately died earlier this year, which is very sad. And we've like a few of us got together and made this little memory site for him, and then I added a little bit of Eleventy magic to it. And we're going to nick that code here. And basically, we've got a collection of memories, and then we can. I can show you the live site actually. It's on Netlify. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know where that's gone. We'll fix that another time. Essentially, it paginates over each collection item, and then it creates a permalink for each one, and then we get access to the pagination links. So like in here, we've got pagination, ref next and previous, and then we can add link backwards and forwards, which is cool. And I've got the pagination facility built into this site already, so I can utilize that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this template. So, do you know what? I already can't be asked with VS Code. I'm just gonna fuck it off. Pardon my French. Let's just use Vim instead. So, Piccadilly. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll say Vim src, and then I'll do quicktip.njk. And the reason why I'm not doing this as a layout is because this is essentially going to be the page. That we're working on, and then I'm just going to nick that whole sample of code because that's exactly what I want, and then I'm going to create a collection for it. So the collection's going to be quick tips, add all pages. So it's just that what I was saying now is add all the pages. It does exactly what it says on the tin. You see, add all the pages back into a collection. I say size 1 is how many items per page in the pagination. So what I'm doing there is I'm saying basically get all of the quick tips and then create a collection paginated collection of one of each, so it'd be like an array of one item each time. So it's pretty, does exactly what we wanted to do. I'm extending the base layout in here, and then what I can do is I can just say block content, and then end block. And what I'll do is I will just do tile in here for now. So I haven't got the connection yet, so that's probably going to be, actually I need to rebuild that. But first, what I'll do is, oh, was that an issue with my code block? Right, anyway, can fix that in a sec. I need to open the Eleventy file. Okay, so what I've got in this particular site is, I've got like there's a lot of collections, a lot of content. Hi Mark, how you doing? And essentially, to make my life easier, I could just create the collections programmatically. So I've got this array of objects that I define, and then what this does is we loop through each one, and it creates a collection, and then it creates a feed version of the collection as well, which is like a limited feed. It's really cool. Makes my life a lot easier. So I'm going to add a new one now. I'll duplicate that one, and then we'll say quick tips. The alias was quick tips. I don't think I'll use this, but I might as well make it anyway. Quick tips feed. Actually, I will use that later. And then path is, this is where it's going to look for the items, and it's going to look for the items in quick tip. And that should work. Oh, no, maybe not. Permalink conflict. So it thinks I've already told the quick tips not to use a permalink already. Quick tip.json permalink is false. I wonder if let me just try src quick tip. I wonder if it has to be quick tip in one word instead, like that. No, it's still not having it right into multiple. But why doesn't it work if you specify the layout as part of the front matter? Why does it have to be in the nunjucks? It's not a silly question. It's because I'm pretending. Basically, I'm creating a pretend template. So it's a page still technically, but I'm extending the base layout, which is what all the other templates do in the site instead, and that means I can use the blocks then in nunjucks, which is pretty handy. Why are you not working then? What I'll do is I'll just quickly add this so it's not a blocker, and then I can work that out later because I actually want to achieve something in this stream. Quick tip. And then there's one more. I've done that one. Quick tip. There's outline border. Cool. Right. That should work now. src quick tip, quick tip. Let's just restart the build. I'm still not having it. Oh, maybe I need to add it to the quick tip as well. permalink memories item date. What am I doing with that? Quick tip. Responsive borders of outline. Pretty sure you shouldn't be doing that. But, Outline border. Responsive borders of CSS outline. Permalink is false. So why are you still trying to write? Hey, that is very odd. Dist quick tip, dist. Distinct permanent values. What I'll do is I'll just remove very weird. Definitely got permalink false on there. Let's just see what the dist folder looks like. No, it's not rendered them yet. It's getting a bit big, this site now. Really weird. Let me just, for fun, Piccalilli, SRC. Just going to change that to .md.lol, and then see if it throws an error for the next one. Still doing it. No, I'm not looking for specifically marked down files. That's alright, I'll just whack that in here for now. This looks more positive. Very weird. No idea why it was affecting that specific one. Title, permalink is false, and the other ones have got exactly the same thing. Oh well, I can fix that later. So now we should have some quick tips in there. Let's have a look. Quick tip. And then what was the... Which one should we use? Quick and easy local server. Let's nick that one. Let's see if that one exists. No, it's not there. Permalink. So my little template's not working then. That's fine. At least we know where we're at. So collections.quicktip size 1 add to collections. Title. Quick tip. It's going real smooth. Here we go. Cannot repair node of one. Parse, transform, line 21. Is sidebar context. Silly me. So what I'll do is I'm gonna grab the tutorial template, and then I'm just gonna use that as my base, because that will help big time. This is pretty much the same as a tutorial. That'll give me all the bits I need, like the metadata, yeah. And then this shared article content, which will contain the main element that we need. Template element, line 3, invalid time value. That's fine. We've got missing date on all our quick tips. So what's the date today? It is 2020-07. I think it's the 3rd, is it? What are you saying? Yeah. And then quick tip, array duplicates, stick you in there. Quick tip. Right. Try running again. Invalid time value still. Am I missing one? Oops. SRC. Quick tip. No. Fantastic. Well, this is great fun, isn't it? We're all having fun. Let's see. Article content. Are you trying to do my post time? Here we go. Article, split pair of summary. Include calendar. Publish date. Okay. Let's just see if that gets rid of the problem. Wait a minute, what did I say my quick tips were going to be? It doesn't say what the ordering is, that's fine, so it's just data sending. So open the thing. No idea what's going on here. Anyway, by my course, I'm obviously clearly very competent at Eleventy. Sometimes the errors that get thrown are absolutely ridiculous. It's not. I don't think it's not Eleventy's fault. This is a Nunjugs issue, but line 3, column 3 is clearly not anything to do with the data, is it? What if I just remove this meta, even though I've got a date, a valid date, let's just do a process of elimination. There we go, now we're talking. Article content, invalid time value. Okay, but I've got a date on here. Does that throw the error back on quick tip? Right, something going funny with the date then. I know what it is. So because the shared article content is used to a page context, what the problem we have here is, and I think I fixed that in here as well. Yeah, so this is what I need to do essentially. everything, because we're not in a page context, because we're paginating the data collection, the problem we have is that everything's treated as a feed item essentially, so everything's stuck behind data. So if I then do like set title equals item data title like that, and then say set date, so it's trying to format the date on null. But if I do date, I think it's date, it might just be date. We'll find out. I think it might just be date, you know. Template error. Cannot read replace of undefined. So what I'm going to have to do then is let's quickly open output content. Reading time, yeah. So again, content. So then we set that as set content equals item template content, which is how you get the markdown from thingy. Was that it? Output ends with parse transform 9, and I think that's something to do with if output path ends with HTML. Oh, sounds like my young daughter is listening, watching Frozen downstairs. Just send. Right. Okay, well that's more positive now. We got there in the end, didn't we? So in dist now. We should have a quick tip. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. No idea why that outline one wasn't working though. That was really weird. Hey, there we go. So now we're missing quite a lot of things. We're missing a lot of CSS, which is good. We're going to add that. Yeah, loads of CSS. That's fine. So what I'll do is I'll go back in the tutorial. So what I'll do on this site is I have, I need to grab the author as well. So yank that. Oops. And then we're going quick tip in here and then add it here. So I break the CSS into small pieces on Piccalilli, and then I smush them all together to create a specific CSS file for that one page or that one view on the site, which is pretty cool for performance. What I'm actually going to do in the future though is I'm actually going to add Sass into this project. And if you've done the course, I'm basically going to implement the setup that I had on the course, because the output is pretty freaking mental on this site. I'm not very happy with it at the moment. It's too much CSS, even when I do this. And the reason why there's too much CSS is custom properties. Custom properties are cool. I like custom properties, but the design token implementation with them is making for some very heavy pages, which I'm not overly fond of, whereas it's Sass, I can actually generate a lot less CSS, ironically. Cool, that's fine. That looks to be working cool. Have I got what's the other quick tip? Quick tip. Use a set. There we go. Let's do this one. That's why I was getting that duplicate, because I had duplicate titles. So use a set to remove array duplicates. And then what I'll do is I'll say move src I put it on the desktop, didn't I? Let's do it from here. Move desktop outline border to SRC. Quick tip. Outline border.md. Lovely. Cool, yeah. So the outline border one, responsive borders with CSS outline. So to create a slug off that. So responsive borders, CSS outline. Hey, that's what we're after. So this one, I've picked this one because this has also got a CodePen demo as well. So I'm going to implement that. My element, 3 pixels, yeah. Lovely, lovely. So pen is there. And I've got a shortcode for CodePen, I believe. Yeah, CodePen.js. Perfect. Quick tip. So I'll go back in here again. So what I need to do as well is I'm going to set all these together down here. This is nice and consistent, and then I'm going to say set difficulty equals item data difficulty. Because one of these is still playing funny buggers, but I can fix that later. Right, so what I need to do now is so content equals item template content. If pen plus let's just do pen just to test this now, and if still building. It's not going to be pen, it's going to be item data pen, and then so you might be wondering why you're messing around doing this with pagination, and the reason is so I can have a next and previous link as well for each of these quick tips. Lovely. I wonder if I can do which tutorial have I got a CodePen on? I'm doing this one. I did it on this one. There we go. That's what I'm after. Responsive grid layout. There is. I think Do you know what? It's actually going to be easier to do what I did for lessons in the course. So I'm going to grab the article content, just nick the whole thing. It's a bit easy to do this within the content itself. Just fine because I can actually sort of trim out some of this shit now as well. Author can stay, date, reading time. It was level. I can set that category, and then we can set tags as well, and then content, and then this is where I want to do that. So I'll say if the pen, I have date pen. I'm gonna try. Wrong one. Code pen. There we go. Yank that out. And then so we'll change the title to be I should have got title order. Result, yeah, it should always be the result, and then we can pass the pen in, and then we need to set as code pen equals true, and what that does is it loads the JavaScript. Oh, let me just release the cat. Go on then, here you go. Toodles. Right. I'm date pen, code pen, I'm date pen. This doesn't throw an error, it'll be a miracle. Lovely. And then what I need to do in here actually is I need to do demo. I should put that inside of that. Ooh, that's gonna be weird, isn't it? There we go. Well, it only went on bloody work, didn't it? Tidy. It's really hard to that you can resize in the demo, can you? Oh well. Pretty cool though. So that's the basics done. Let's have a little think. What else? So where we're at. Let's just add basic. Quick tip setup with lovely. So because we're using pagination, we can use next and previous, so I'll add them now. And again, this is just easier, going to be easier with this template being unique. I like to do the same thing with the lesson. So I created that shared article partial to try and reduce repetition, but it's proven to be pretty difficult to do it like that. So I'm tempted just to get rid of it altogether. Abstraction only where necessary, as I say in the Cube CSS. What do you call them? Principles level, and then just the tags. I'll probably actually get rid of that. Tidy, look at that, beautiful. Okay, so let's add these little links in. Let's just add fixed tags level. So in here, go back and nick that bit of code that I wrote in here. I think I've got all the pagination already. No. Layouts, feed. Oh no, that's not the right one. Let's fire this one up. Archive, that's what I'm after. So if pagination, page number. So we want. Oops. Actually, no. Next page. I prefer how I did it on this side actually. But I've got a pagination component. That's the important thing. Yeah, pagination. There we go. Let's just nick this bit of code. Line 60. And then quick tip. Replace the footnote because that is not going anywhere. That's not going to be used. Let's just knock that in. What we'll do is yeah, can actually get rid of that. And then keep it simple. So 144 go. So pagination head previous. Oh, that's going to be on my clipboard now, isn't it? So the problem with Vim is whatever you replace gets added to your clipboard. Get rid of that. We'll say previous tip, and then we'll just type this one out. Pagination ref next. Ref next, and then CID. If you're learning Vim, what I'm doing there to clear that is you do CI and then T, and T stands for tag. So you select everything inside of the tag and delete it. It's a really quick and easy way. I did the same inside of there by doing CI and then double quote, which clears everything between the double quotes for you. And his tip of the day, all he builds his tips section. I could make that a quick tip myself, couldn't I? Okay. There we go. So it doesn't actually need a wrapper, I don't think. Yeah, I need to add the pagination component in here as well, which does the flexbox stuff. Ah, yeah, it's a full bleed job. Okay, so pagination. I wonder if the this is going to work today. Nope, it's not. Add it. then we do need a wrapper because it's going to then full bleed out like a strip across the top, and I might have to add a design token on this to give a bit of space, but we'll see. Actually no, I quite like it bunched up on there. Beautiful. Next tip, and then the next one should have a previous tip. Yeah, buzz him. Happy with that. Sweet. Lovely. Okay, let's commit that as well. Picking up some pace now. That was a pretty grim debug sesh if you've been here from the start. Weirdly enough, since I've been completely consumed by 11t over the last few months, but I've totally forgotten how to work with it this afternoon. It's because I spent the last week completely in CSS mode. What am I doing now then? So let's just see where we're at. Alright, okay, just add that and then say add pagination links. Push this up yet? Nope. This just drives me mad about Git. Like the remote branch doesn't exist yet, and then it tells you the command to use. You'd think it'd just do it itself, you know. It knows what it needs to do. There you go. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. So this one, if you're interested, the responsive outline trick, because by using outline instead of border, if you know, because the outline sits outside, hence the name. When the viewport is too narrow, too shallow, it'll conceal the border on that side. So it's really handy for doing that sort of thing. It used to be on my old site. I used to have that trick on the go. Okay, so we've got that. Everyone's winning. So now what we want to do is we're gonna add it to the navigation. I'm gonna get rid of Twitter. Yeah, because I've already got Twitter down here. I'm actually going to put RSS down there as well. Try and keep the main nav concise. Let's remind myself of where those nav items come from. Footer items. Okay, so I've got a footer.json here. Perfect. I'm going to nick Twitter. And then if you do the course, we did exactly this to do the navigation. This setup, we've got data file, just /RSS. Oops. Again, Vim tip, you do VI and then double quote, and that selects everything inside the double quotes, and then you do P, and that paste it on there, and then external is false, and then I think it's just nav.json. There we go. So I can get rid of these two now, and then I'll type this one out. We'll say text is quick tips, and then the URL, which we'll create in a second, is quick tips, and external is false. The reason why I specify whether they're external or not is I add a rel attribute on there, and I'm going to add that one to after blog, after tutorials actually. Tutorials, quick tips, courses. There we go. So I'm going to do these quite frequently, I think. Okay. Well, that'll sort itself out in a minute. Lovely. Tutorials, quick tips, courses, blog, newsletter. Perfect. So actually go to quick tips, it's going to throw an error, which is good. Well, as good as it can be. So we'll just commit that. Cool. And then do what am I doing next? I'm going to do a feed. So I'm going to say courses.md. Then nick that. And then I'm going to say vim src quick tips.md. Paste that, and then nasty director. This is a standard setup, so I am defining a layout on this one because this is using one of the sort of pre-built layouts that I've built for this site already. And then what I'll do is I'll say all quick tips, and then collections key was quick tips feed. Permalink is quick tips. The reason why it says index HTML at the end of the permalink is because it will, if you just set it as quick tips and nothing else, it'll just create a text file. Because Eleventy you can literally generate whatever the hell you want with Eleventy, so it's just a cool trick. Hey, there you go. I've already built all this stuff already, and it's paginated as well. So if I actually go into Eleventy, you see this max value here. I like set that to 2, for example. It'll like auto paginate. So I built like a flexible archive template that can, it means I can do that. And pagination's not there though. I wonder why that is. Let's do blog.md. Ah, yeah, that's why. It's not paginating it. Should have nicked this one instead. Quick tips. Yeah. Quick tips, page number. There we go. Quick tips feed. And the size actually defined in here. Actually, no, I could just do quick tips. I'm not bothered with the feed. Size 2. Pagination key. Quick tips. Fantastico. Don't need that anymore. Let's see that. Let's see if that works. Should I need to do quick tip 0. Yeah. Oops. Whoops. I can find that output path ends with. That's a. I need to. That's actually quite an easy fix. I'll do that if I've got a bit of time at the end. That's looking more promising. Quick tips 1. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Yeah. It's got a couple of tweaks to do. These are for there. Right, let's have a look. There we go. I think I can actually pagination preview text, yeah. Might as well set that while I'm here as well. That's fine. Do that. Cool. Beautiful. Okay, okay. And then what I'll do is I'll change that nav. Let's be that. Tip side. Lovely. Actually, I'm gonna allow 10 per page. Yeah. Add. And then the last one. Oops, messed that up. Ah, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Ooh, maybe I'll finish with that instead. So what I'll do is go on the archive view, and then do a screenshot mode later. Feed list.nkj. So item URL. If not, card link URL, and if set card link URL equals item data title slug. But the problem is I could fix that. So that half works, but the problem is eagle-eyed upon you is it says quick tips /0/responsive borders. We want that to be quick tip / which we can do. What we'll do is set item quick tip like that. No, this wouldn't have to be defined, so I can say item URL prefix plus. Actually, I might have thrown a bit of an error. Oh. Yeah, I think that wouldn't have built. What we could do here is do this instead. Do set, and then do that, and then do that. And set. So if you do set and then close it and then do end set, it captures everything inside of that. Sets it as the variable instead. That should work a lot better. Yeah. Ooh, nearly there, and I think we'll call it a day after that. Quick tip, and then not quick tippy. Beautiful. Next tip. Works fantastic. Cool. Right, I'm gonna call it a day there. I'm gonna tidy up the edges myself and then publish that later on. Hope you've enjoyed this, everyone. Have a good weekend.